Hello and welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television with the most important events of the day. I'm your host, İlham. President İlham Aliyev familiarized himself with landscaping works carried out in Ramana settlement. Ramana is one of the oldest settlements of Baku, featuring many monuments, ancient mosques, cemeteries, bathhouses, and pilgrimage sites, which reflect all the historical periods. Within the framework of reconstruction works, the internal settlement roads were paved with asphalt covering, wall and roof claddings were upgraded, and the street lighting was installed. Director General of the Baku Landscaping Service LLC, Bunyat Qasimov, informed President İlham Aliyev about the work done in the settlement, about the new lighting system, and in response to the question of the head of state said that these were wall-mounted lights produced in Azerbaijan, and the whole settlement was 100% fully lit. A total of 300 jobs were already in place, and by the end of the year it was planned to open up 450 jobs. Dating back to the 12th and 14th centuries, the Ramana fortress, situated at the entrance to the settlement, attracts attention with its magnificence and was built on the hill. It is assumed that the fortress with 15-meter walls was built for defense and was used as a castle during the time of Shirvan Shahs. Films like Köroğlu, Nasimi and Babek were shot in this fortress. The landscaping works were also carried out in residential and historical buildings. All these works are implemented for the benefit of the citizens. On September 23, 2020, President İlham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva, during the acquaintance with improvement works carried out in Balakhani, noted that this process will extend to other settlements as well.
Bizim planlarımızda diğer qəsəbələrdə.
Of course, we plan to carry out the work to be done in other settlements. The relevant instructions have already been given. At the initial stage, similar projects will be implemented in about 7 to 8 settlements. Each settlement has a unique architectural style, its own history, its own historical appearance.
Tarixi var, tarixi görünüşü var.
And today, President İlham Aliyev familiarized himself with the realization of these projects. The head of state was informed about the works carried out. Hasan Bey Zərdabi, Xanlar, Mirza Ağa Əliyev, Abdurrahman Bay Haqverdiyev streets and other streets around the cemetery were fully renovated by keeping their historical appearance. The territory was cleaned from wastes. The goal is to create comfortable living conditions for the citizens of Azerbaijan, as well as leave good impressions on visitors coming to our country. part of reconstruction works, the issue of employment of residents was not left unattended. The carpet weaving workshop and a shop were opened there. Newly established catering and service facilities in Ramana carry out production and sell different products. These facilities are equipped with necessary equipment to ensure high-quality service level and comfort of clients. The residents of the settlement said that large-scale landscaping works had been carried out and all the conditions had been created for entrepreneurial activity, as well as for the leisure time and recreation of kids. The selling of dried fruits will also be realized in Ramana. With the installation of mobile trade facilities and kiosks, the level of employment can be raised and the demands of locals and tourists can be met. One of the renovated historical monuments in Ramana is the Novruz Gulu bath house. It was reported that there were 4 wells in the bath in the past, but there are 3 there now. The bath, named after the son of Novruz Gulu Baba Kishi, is the only building on the Absheron Peninsula whose documents have been collected and verified. The ancient Ramana has cultural heritage resources which can be included in tourism destinations. Here tourism can be developed based on local community, which will positively contribute to the creation of new jobs, places, and development of small and medium businesses. One of the projects implemented in Ramana is a vertical gardening project. The aim of the project is to encourage self-employment, enable low-income families to make an income and develop family farms. It also aims to expand green areas, develop horticulture and processing of agricultural produce. The head of state had a conversation with a resident of the settlement in the yard of one of the houses in Ramana. Greeting the head of state, the resident of the settlement informed that his uncle Allahverdi, who became a marshal, had lived in one of these houses, and added that his grandfather Ferzaliyev is a veteran of the First Karabakh War, and his uncle Namik is also a veteran of the war.
Əmim də var, Allah verdiyev Namik Əlşinin oğlu, o da veterandır.
Bu işlərdə məşğulsan da?
Bəli.
President İlham was also informed about growing of strawberries with drip irrigation system, and in winter a vegetation is planted here.
Bəli,
yenidir. 1-2 aydan sonra buralar hamısı yaşıl olacaq. Qışda göyərdi, yaydan da belə çiyəli.
Director General of the Baku Landscaping Service LLC Bunyad Gasimov noted that by the instruction of the head of state, the roofing, gates and walls of the houses had been overhauled and special attention had been paid to families of marshals and war veterans.
Sağ ol.
Ramana is also famous for water reservoirs. One of the restored historical sites in the settlement has been a 40-step water reservoir. Water reservoirs are more widespread in the territory of Azerbaijan on the Absheron Peninsula and neighboring areas. Since there are very few sources of drinking water in these places, the issue of using groundwater suitable for drinking became relevant in the 16th and 18th centuries, and water reservoirs were created. The construction of these facilities continued until the 20th century. During the renovation and reconstruction works, one of the priority issues was the protection of environment and environmental situations. The development of the young generation in Azerbaijan, including its physical and spiritual health, is always in the center of attention of the state. In order to bring up healthy young generation, new sports and recreation facilities and Olympic sports complexes are built and put into operation every year in various regions of the country. Measures are being taken to upgrade the sports infrastructure. Among them is also the commissioning of the Ramana Sports Center. The constructed center has an indoor sports hall, a mini football field, so that the residents of Ramana can lead a healthy lifestyle and spend their leisure time effectively. During the night of July 5th, the Armenian Armed Forces units from the positions in the direction of the Zarkan settlement of the Basar-Kechai region of the state border, using various caliber weapons, subjected to fire the Azerbaijan army positions in the direction of the Yukhari Ayrim settlement of the Kelbechai district. As a result of the adequate retaliatory measures taken by the Azerbaijan army units, the opposing side was suppressed, reported the Ministry of Defense. According to the combat training plan for 2022 approved by the Minister of Defense, the training session for reservists is held in one of the military units. The main purpose of the session involving a group of reservists is to increase their level of combat training and improve their knowledge and skills. During the training session, reservists get the opportunity not only to improve their combat skills and experience acquired during military service, to enhance military qualifications, but also to get acquainted with the samples of modern weapons and military equipment recently adopted into the armament of the Azerbaijan army, as well as to study the rules of their use. The training session will last until July 23rd. The Qadi Council of the Caucasian Muslims Office has issued a fatwa on the occasion of Eid al-Adha. According to the report relevant to the appearance of the moon on the horizon of Azerbaijan, Eid al-Adha holiday falls on July 9th. According to Sharia law, sacrifices can be made for 3 days. Starting from July 9th, joint holiday prayers will be performed in mosques on July 9th. As mentioned in the hadith, the night and day of Eid al-Adha is when prayers are accepted. It is already the second year that our people welcome the Eid al-Adha in a triumphant atmosphere. May Allah accept your prayers and worships, the fatwa says. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.